7 days, that's all it takes. 7 days to shock your own system, to prove to yourself that you are not stuck, not lazy, not lost, just one decision away from transformation. Because what you do every morning is not routine, it's a declaration of who you are becoming. 7 days, that's all it takes. 7 days to shake the dust off your dreams, to challenge the rhythm that's been numbing your soul, because every single morning, whether you realize it or not, you are standing at the crossroads of identity, who you've been and who you're about to become. The way you wake up isn't just about getting out of bed. It's the blueprint of your destiny. Most people open their eyes and instantly dive into distraction, messages, notifications, obligations. But what if instead you opened your eyes and stepped into intention? What if you treated those first waking moments not as routine, but as sacred? Because that's where your story begins. Not at work, not in the gym, not on social media, but in that quiet, defining instant when you decide, today I lead my life. My life does not lead me. When you wake up, you are not simply starting a day. You are setting the emotional tone of your entire existence. Think about that. Every sunrise is a blank page, and most people hand over the pen to their habits. They hit snooze, they groan, they drag, they let fatigue and fear write their story for them. But you're about to change that. When your alarm goes off, that's not a noise. It's a call to rise. To rise not just from sleep, but from self-doubt, procrastination, and mediocrity. Because the truth is, the first choice you make each morning echoes through everything you do. If you wake up with power, you walk with purpose. If you wake up with gratitude, you attract grace. And if you wake up with doubt, you carry defeat before you've even begun. The choice is yours, every single morning. There's a reason the world's most fulfilled people guard their mornings like treasure. They understand that the way you wake is the way you live. Those early moments before the world demands your attention, those are yours, Basir. That's your sacred ground. It's where clarity is born and chaos is silenced. When you wake and immediately reach for your phone, you are letting the world dictate your energy. But when you wake and reach inward instead, you're taking back your power. It's not about having a perfect morning routine, it's about having a purposeful one. It's about looking at the ceiling, taking a deep breath and saying, today I decide how my story unfolds. You begin to understand that discipline isn't punishment, it's freedom. And the freedom to choose how you begin your day is the foundation of every dream you'll ever build. Every morning is a chance to reset, to rewrite, to realign. You don't have to carry yesterday into today. You don't have to wake up already defeated by the weight of your past or the noise of your future. Mornings are the universe's gift of renewal, a daily rebirth disguised as routine. And the magic lies in the moment you realize that you're not waking up to the world, you're waking into your potential. That's why I say, the first few minutes are everything. That's when your subconscious is listening, wide open, ready to be programmed. Feed it chaos and chaos follows you all day. Feed it clarity and clarity becomes your compass. So instead of asking, what do I have to do today, ask, who do I want to be today? That shift from doing to being is what separates the average from the exceptional. And maybe you're thinking, but I'm not a morning person. Let me tell you something powerful. You don't have to be. You just have to own your morning. You can start small. Maybe it's waking 10 minutes earlier to breathe, stretch, or write down one thing you're grateful for. Maybe it's choosing not to touch your phone until you've spoken something positive into existence. Those small acts compound into transfer. Because every time you show up for yourself, even in the smallest way, your mind learns something crucial. You are someone who keeps promises to yourself, and that self-trust, that quiet, unshakable confidence will change everything. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency, one intentional morning after another, until momentum becomes your natural state. When you begin to wake with purpose, something miraculous happens. Life starts meeting you halfway, opportunities open, people notice your energy, you stop feeling behind and start feeling aligned. That's not magic, it's momentum. Your mornings are where you build it. You no longer wake up wondering what kind of day it will be. You decide. You command your focus, you design your mood. You speak life into your reflection before the world has a chance to whisper doubt. And with every sunrise, you rewrite the narrative. Because your mornings are not just about starting the day, they're about starting a legacy. They're your daily reminder that you hold the pen, you set the tone, and you create the story. And if you do it for 7 days, just 7 days, you'll see it. You'll feel it. You'll know it deep in your bones. The world doesn't get to define you anymore. You do. So when tomorrow comes and that alarm rings, don't hit snooze, don't reach for your phone, don't surrender your power. Instead, rise, sit up, breathe in possibility, because that moment right there, that heartbeat between sleep and action, is where your life begins again. 7 days, one habit, a completely new you. Your story starts every morning. Make sure it starts with strength. Before the world touches you, touch your own thoughts. The moment you wake up, the noise begins, the notifications, the emails, the demands, the never-ending list of must do and should do. Most people let that flood in before they've even had a chance to meet themselves. But what if, just for 7 days, you didn't? What if you started each morning not with chaos, but with stillness? Before reaching for the phone, before checking the clock, before letting the world invade your peace, you take a breath, a full, deep, conscious breath that reminds you, I am here. I am alive. I am enough. In that silence, you begin to hear the one voice that truly matters, your own. Because the world will always be loud, but power belongs to those who know how to be still in the middle of it. Stillness is not weakness, it's mastery. It takes strength to sit in silence when every part of you wants to react. We're trained to fill every second, music in the car, podcasts while walking, endless scrolling between moments. We're drowning in stimulation but starving for connection to ourselves. True transformation begins when you stop running from silence. Because silence reveals the truth. It shows you what you've been avoiding, what you've been suppressing, and what's truly waiting to rise within you. When you start your morning in stillness, you are telling your mind, you work for me, I don't work for you. You reclaim your command. You stop being a puppet pulled by impulses and start being a creator guided by intention. That's not just mindset, that's sovereignty. In those first few minutes of quiet, you start to see life differently. Your problems don't vanish, but they shrink to their true size. You realize that not every battle deserves your energy, that not every thought deserves your attention. Stillness gives you perspective, the rarest form of power in a world that profits from your distraction. It helps you separate what's urgent from what's important, what's noise from what's necessary. You start responding instead of reacting. You stop confusing motion with meaning. When you sit with yourself each morning, even for a minute, you begin to notice how much clarity was waiting for you underneath all that mental clutter. The answers you've been chasing, they were always there. You just needed silence to hear them. Some people thin. They don't have time for silence. They say, I'm too busy. I have too much to do. I can't just sit there. But the truth is, you don't have time not to. The cost of chaos is your peace, your focus, your joy, and that's too expensive to keep paying. Stillness doesn't require hours. It requires intention. You can sit with your coffee and breathe. You can close your eyes for 2 minutes and feel your heartbeat. You can whisper something kind to yourself before you face the day. Those simple acts become your armor. Because once you learn to find calm inside, the outside world loses its power to control you. You become grounded, centered, unshakable. You stop living from reaction and start living from choice. And that's when everything changes. You see, your phone is not evil, but it is a thief. Of focus, of presence, of peace. The moment you wake and dive into it, you're letting other people's agendas dictate your energy. You're starting your day in response mode instead of creation mode. But when you start with stillness, you flip that. You become intentional. You begin your morning by feeding your soul before you feed your senses. You start to hear your own thoughts before the world tells you what to think. That single shift rewires your day, because your morning mood isn't just about how you feel, it's about how you will lead. How you show up for your family, your work, your dreams. When you claim those first few quiet minutes, you're not escaping life. You're preparing to meet it with power. And here's the beautiful truth: stillness multiplies. The more you practice it, the more it follows you through the day. You start to pause before reacting, breathe before speaking, reflect before deciding. You move through the world with presence, not pressure. That's what 7 mornings of silence can do. It's not a ritual, it's a revolution. You start noticing things you never saw before. The light through the window, the taste of your coffee, the sound of your own breathing reminding you that you're still here, still capable, still becoming. That awareness spreads. It makes you kinder, sharper, stronger, because stillness doesn't make you smaller. It anchors your greatness. It roots you so deeply in who you are that no chaos can pull you away from it. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for the world, reach for yourself. Close your eyes, breathe in your own power. Let the silence greet you before the noise does. Because when you start your day in stillness, you don't just survive the world, you rise above it. And if you do it for 7 days, you won't just find peace. You'll find yourself. The world may be loud, but your soul was never meant to whisper. Let it speak, let it lead, let it begin every morning in stillness. Your body is the first place transformation begins every single morning before you even open your laptop or check your messages. Your body is waiting for you to remind it that you're alive. That movement isn't punishment, it's permission. Permission to rise, to expand, to feel the pulse of your own strength. When you move in the morning, no matter how small, no matter how slow, you awaken something ancient within you, momentum. That's the secret most people miss. They think discipline is born from willpower. It's not, it's born from motion. You move first, the motivation follows. You act first, the energy arrives. You don't wait to feel ready, you move to become ready. And in that shift, your entire mindset changes from I have to I get to. Movement is not just about fitness, it's about frequency. It's how you communicate with your own potential. You stretch, you sweat, you breathe deeper than your excuses, and suddenly your whole being lights up. That's your body saying, "Thank you, I remember what I'm capable of." The truth is, when you neglect movement, you don't just lose physical energy, you lose clarity, you lose confidence. You lose the reminder that you can endure, that you can persist, that you can win. But when you show up every morning for your body, even for 10 minutes, you're building trust with yourself. You're telling your brain, and I follow through. That one message, repeated every day through movement, builds a mindset that no obstacle can break. You don't need a gym membership or a perfect routine. You don't need fancy clothes or expensive equipment. All you need is a decision. A decision to show up for your body like it's your teammate, not your enemy. It can be a walk, a jog, a stretch, a dance in your living room. Because it's not about how it looks, it's about how it feels. And your body doesn't care if you're graceful or clumsy, it just wants to move. And when you do, you'll notice something powerful. The noise in your mind starts to quiet. Anxiety fades. Doubt loosens its grip. Why? Because movement changes your chemistry. It doesn't just build muscle, it builds mood. You can't stay stuck when your blood is flowing, when your heart is alive, when your body is leading your mind towards strength. When you move in the morning, you're not just exercising, you're declaring war on inertia. Every push-up, every stretch, every step is a refusal to stay the same. It's you saying, not today, not anymore. So you stop waiting for motivation and start generating it. Because energy is not found, it's created. You felt it before, that rush of confidence after a good workout, that electric spark when your body feels strong. That's not temporary. That's your natural state, if you choose to unlock it daily. And once you start, something miraculous happens. Your day shifts. Your focus sharpens. You walk taller, speak clearer, think faster. You stop dragging yourself through your schedule and start leading it with intention. That's the kind of momentum that turns ordinary mornings into extraordinary lives. And here's the thing, movement teaches you lessons that spill into every other part of your world. When your muscles burn, you learn patience. When your breath quickens, you learn resilience. When you push through discomfort, you learn how to face life without flinching. The body becomes your greatest teacher, reminding you that strength isn't about being unbreakable. It's about rebuilding every time you fall. That lesson echoes far beyond the gym floor or the yoga mat. It shows up when life gets hard, when people doubt you, when your path feels uncertain. Because you've already trained for this. You've trained in your own sweat and silence. You've trained through resistance. You've built proof that you can do hard things. That's why morning movement isn't just a habit. It's a metaphor for becoming unstoppable. After 7 days of consistent movement, something deep within you shifts. It's not just that your body feels lighter, it's that your mind feels clearer. You start to crave the feeling of momentum, of discipline, of showing up. You stop negotiating with your comfort zone because you've learned how good strength feels. It's not about chasing perfection or punishing yourself. It's about celebrating your power every single day. Your body becomes your reminder that you are not fragile, you are not tired, you are not done, you are energy in motion, and energy creates everything. Movement in the morning sets your tone. It says, I am alive, I am capable, and I will not play small today. So tomorrow, when that alarm rings, don't wait. Get up, move, stretch the stiffness, shake the fear, feel your heartbeat reminding you that you were made for more. Because your body is not just a vessel, it's a voice. And every morning it whispers the same truth. Rise with me. Listen to it, honor it, move with it. Do it for 7 days and your reflection won't just look different, it will feel different. That's not fitness, that's freedom. That's power in motion. What you feed your mind each morning shapes the entire direction of your day and eventually the direction of your life. The moment you wake up, your brain is like fertile soil, open and ready to absorb whatever you plant into it. If the first thing you feed it is noise, gossip, or negativity, you've already surrendered your peace before you've even had a chance to build it. But if you feed it something nourishing, something that uplifts, inspires, and challenges, you change your internal chemistry. You begin your day leading your thoughts instead of following them. That's why the voices you allow into your head in the first hour of your morning are everything. They become the soundtrack of your energy, the foundation of your confidence, and the script that your actions unconsciously follow. The question is, what are you choosing to listen to? Your phone is a portal. It can connect you to wisdom, or it can trap you in distraction. Most people start their mornings scrolling through a highlight reel of other people's lives, subconsciously comparing, judging, and shrinking. They don't even realize that before their feet have touched the ground, they've already told themselves they're behind. But what if you broke that pattern? What if for 7 days you chose to feed your mind before you fed your phone? Imagine the shift. If the first words you heard weren't breaking news or social media drama, but a powerful affirmation, a page from a book that expands you, or a thought that anchors you in gratitude. That single decision changes your mental temperature for the entire day. You begin to walk differently, speak differently, think differently, because you've decided to fill your mind with truth, not trash. The energy you carry comes from what you consume, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. If you keep pouring fear, judgment, and chaos into your mind, don't be surprised when that's what spills out. You can't plant weeds and expect roses. But when you intentionally feed your mind wisdom, hope, and possibility, you start to grow in directions you didn't even know existed. Morning is your golden window to do that. Your brain is fresh, unpolluted, eager to absorb. 10 minutes of reading something empowering. 5 minutes of listening to a motivational podcast. A journal entry where you write what you're grateful for and what you're working toward. Those aren't just habits, they're fuel. They turn your morning into a mindset gym, training your thoughts to be stronger than your fears. You begin to understand that your greatest battles are not fought in the world. They're fought in your mind and won through what you feed it. Information is everywhere, but discernment is rare. You must guard your mind like it's sacred ground, because it is. Not every voice deserves a space there. Not every opinion is worth your peace. Learning to filter what you consume is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. Ask yourself, does this content make me feel lighter or heavier? Does it build my confidence or break it? Does it push me forward or keep me stuck in comparison? When you start asking those questions, you begin to curate your inner world with intention. That's when your mornings become your secret weapon. Instead of reacting to everyone else's noise, you begin your day connected to purpose. You build a mindset that is bulletproof to distraction. You stop being a passive participant in your life and become the author of your own mental story. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to get it perfect. You just have to get it started. Maybe you begin by replacing 5 minutes of scrolling with 5 minutes of reading. Maybe you swap your morning playlist for an inspiring podcast. Maybe you take a moment to visualize your goals before checking your inbox. Every small upgrade compounds into something extraordinary. Over time, you'll notice how differently you feel. More grounded, more confident, more intentional. Because every morning you're programming yourself for success instead of stress. The mind is a powerful tool, but only if you use it consciously. When you start feeding it with focus and faith instead of fear and distraction, you'll find that life begins to mirror that energy back to you. And then, one morning, it clicks. You'll wake up and realize that you no longer crave the noise. You'll crave clarity, you'll crave peace, you'll crave growth, because you'll have experienced the difference. You'll understand that the quality of your mornings defines the quality of your mindset, and your mindset defines the quality of your life. You'll stop chasing validation from a screen and start finding validation from within. You'll begin to feel proud, not because you have it all figured out, but because you're finally taking ownership of what you allow into your mind. That's what feeding your mind before feeding your phone does. It gives you power back. It reminds you that you are not a passenger in your life story. You are the driver. You are the filter. You are the author. So tomorrow morning, make a different choice. Before you unlock the world, unlock your own potential. Read something that stretches your mind. Listen to something that lifts your soul. Write something that aligns your focus. Do it for 7 days, just 7, and you'll feel it. Your energy will rise, your confidence will sharpen, your spirit will strengthen. Because when you feed your mind before you feed your phone,